Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today is tip 121, and I'm calling it Be a Warrior. And I guess really where I'm getting that from is I'm reading a book by Robin Sharma, The Saint, the Surfer, and the CEO. And he kind of quotes a remarkable story about living your heart's desires. And I think what it is about Robin Sharma, why I like him, is that he gives life lessons or things to try to tell you how to improve your life, but he does it in a story, and he's a good storyteller. I enjoy his stories because the life lessons or the ways of improvement, he presents them through stories of people who are learning these experiences. And I'm not done with the book. I'm actually probably a third of the way into it, but there was a quote in chapter 1, the beginning of chapter 1, that I really actually liked. So I'm going to read it to you. This is a chapter called New Beginnings, and it's a quote by Carlos Castaneda, and it says, "All of us, whether or not we are warriors, have a cubic centimeter of chance that pops out in front of our eyes from time to time. The difference between the average person," and Dr. V talks about the average person all the time, "and the warrior is that the warrior is aware of this and stays alert, deliberately waiting so that when this cubic centimeter of chance pops up, it is picked up." And I think that's probably a great thing for all of us to keep in mind, is that, some of the other stuff that I've been looking at too is that we all often think life happens to us instead of for us. And I think on this journey, I'm learning that if you want things to change, it's up to you to make them change. Nothing's going to change unless you change. You're responsible for your life. We've got to stop trying to change other people because we don't have the ability to change other people. And we do have to change ourselves because that's the only place that we can make a difference. And I just thought that, remembering those things, we're not a victim. If we're living in that place of victim, we have to learn to let that go. If we're thinking that life is happening at us and we have no control, we have to let that go. If we don't start to recognize even slight, small little opportunities to change or to improve, life isn't going to get better. If we choose to live in that place of a victim, we'll always live in that place of a victim. We have a chance with skills and even storytellers. Robin Sharma is, like I said before, he actually, I realize now what I like about these books is that he does a story of somebody going through the transitions or going through the changes. But they're really interesting stories as he introduces his concepts about self-improvement, because he is a motivational self-improvement speaker. So, and it's funny because there's sometimes what I'm wondering is, are any of these stories true? So I'm going to do some research to find out if any of the underlying story is true, or if he just created these. And if he created these, he is a very good storyteller. But what it made me realize is that historically, up till about a year ago, I lived as a victim, and I won't anymore. I'm going to be a warrior. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to make the changes. Those in the way, I won't be harmful or hurtful to anyone else, but I will protect myself, and I will take the steps I need to continue on this journey of self-improvement, which means I work with Doc V in groups. I have I do tasks every day that he provides to us. I'm working with the self-worth positive thought thing through law of attraction. So I'm putting tools into play because I don't want to get to the end of the days and wonder what I could have done better or what I could have done to make things more improved. I'm putting things into play about what will my work life look like as I go forward. We're close. I hear within 2 weeks, they can open the doors to all businesses again. Now, that very well means I could be called back into the office full time, and that's really not what my future is going to be. So I'm going to have to work on what am I going to do to keep myself moving forward, depending on what their decision is in moving forward. So life is a lot more comfortable, and life is a lot happier, and life is a lot more satisfying when you stop being the victim and you become the warrior. You want to be the warrior in your life, the person that knows that you have to recognize that you can make a change. You have to recognize that you don't have to allow the negative things that everybody else is going through into your life. You can be, and you are the only person who can make the changes in your life. I guess I wish I had recognized this sooner, because I lived my life for many years thinking that my value in life was in, and I didn't realize it at the time, in changing others. You know, like I thought I knew, and I think it goes back to always being told to watch out for the younger kids. And good morning, Amy. And I think what I didn't realize is that we are not responsible and we cannot change anyone else. If we spend too much time doing that, we lose track of ourselves and we aren't really truly able to help the other people. So what you really want to do is stop. Again, we say this a million times. Your hand is out to give somebody a hand up if they need help. But really, the best gift you can give yourself or those around you is to work on yourself, because that's the only place you can make changes, the only place that you can be more to the people around you. So many people use that word warrior, and I love that word warrior. You know, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going to be a warrior, and I'm going to fight for everything I can to be the best I can be. Not because I'm trying to prove myself to someone else, but because I'm trying to get the most I can possibly get out of this time on earth. I want to slide into home base and be told that I did a good job. I did an amazing job. Great accomplishments. So I guess that's really kind of what I wanted to say today. Again, I'm reading Robin Sharma, The Saint, the Surfer, and the CEO. And I realized today, it is that he is an amazing storyteller. He does his points on self-improvement through a story of a person that is actually learning these tools. And for me, I find that really interesting, and that holds my attention. So I would say Robin Sharma is a good author, and I would recommend him. And I guess in summation, again, be the warrior, not the victim. Take the steps to improve yourself. It's not our responsibility to improve other people. Our hand is always out to hand up to somebody who's ready. And I'm going to end this one today going back to that quote from the very beginning that kind of triggered me on the thought of warrior. And warrior is something even David Goggins talks about, which is the military guy that went through 3 different versions of Hell Week in his military career. And if anybody knows what it is to be a warrior, it would be somebody who survived 3 Hell Weeks in the military. But this quote is from Robin Sharma, and it's The Saint, the Surfer, and the CEO. And this is under a chapter called The New Beginnings by Carlos Castaneda. And it says, all of us, whether or not we are warriors, have a cubic centimeter of chance that pops out in front of our eyes from time to time. The difference between the average person, and Dr. V talks about the average person, and we're not average. The difference between the average person and a warrior is that the warrior is aware of this cubic centimeter of chance and stays alert, deliberately waiting, so that when this cubic centimeter of chance pops out, it's picked up so he can act on it. So that's my hope for you today. Be the warrior, stay alert, watch for that chance, and don't let it pass you by. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day, and we'll talk tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.